Imagine this, the single most important question in an interview has nothing to do with your experience, your skills, or even your ambition. It's how you answer, so tell me about yourself. And here's the unexpected truth. Your resume is often the worst place to start. So today I'm going to teach you the counterintuitive strategy that makes you unforgettable, even if you feel awkward selling yourself or you never know what to say. Now, back when I was a hiring manager, I remember interviewing 2 candidates on the same afternoon. Now, candidate A had the perfect resume. Honestly, Shakespeare would have been proud of this thing. Huge brand name, spot on experience, everything aligned beautifully. Candidate B, technically weaker, less experienced, definitely not as impressive on paper. But guess who got the job? Candidate B. Not because they were more qualified, but because when I asked them, tell me about yourself, they didn't repeat the bullet points on their resume. They connected with me in a way that their resume never could. And I was like, they get what the deal is here. And I could see myself working with them. And in that moment, I taught myself something I now teach all of my clients. Interviews aren't about having the strongest resume. They're about creating the strongest connection. Now, before I show you the framework for building that narrative, I want to give you the smartest little line you can use at the very start of the interview. It's something I teach every single client because it immediately puts you in the top 1% of communicators. When they say, tell me about yourself, you simply respond with, absolutely. And as you already have my resume, are you looking for clarification on that or something a little more interesting? Now, psychologically, this is genius. First, it subtly prompts the interviewer to acknowledge that they should have already read your resume. It's a nicer way of saying, let's not waste time repeating what you already saw. And second, and this is my favorite part, no human being is going to pick the boring option when you've presented the more interesting one. If someone gives you the choice between resume recap and something more interesting, your brain automatically leans to the more interesting one. So right from the start, you position yourself as someone who communicates clearly, thinks quickly, and doesn't default to the same cookie cutter answers as everyone else. You know what I mean. Most people approach tell me about yourself like they're reading from Wikipedia. They start with, well, I graduated in 2005 and then I did this and then I got this job. No, please don't do that to yourself. This question isn't asking for your biography. Interviewers use this question to answer one thing. Do I like this person? So once you've set the tone and you've subtly nudged the interviewer into choosing the more interesting option, because the interviewer already knows whether you're qualified. What they don't know is who you are as a person, and this is where your personality becomes your biggest advantage. Not in a tell your whole life story way, and not in a let me tell you quirky facts about my dog way either. I mean showing personality through the way you communicate your value. Now let me explain. When people hear bring your personality, they think they need to be funny or animated or talk about hobbies. You don't. Personality is simply how you speak, how you frame your story, and how you make someone feel when they listen to you. It's the difference between saying, I worked in operations for 5 years and I'm the person companies call when everything is on fire and the deadline is tomorrow. Same job, different energy, different impression. And this is why the tell me about yourself question is such a gift. It gives you a chance to show who you are before the competency questions start. So once you've clarified the question and invited them into the more interesting version, here's how you bring your personality without going off track. You use a simple narrative structure, the present, past, future arc. Now let me break it down for you. It's simple, it's structured, and it gives you plenty of space to sound like a human being, not a robot reading a LinkedIn summary. So you start with the present, who you are today, what you do, what you're great at, the stuff that actually matters right now. But here's where the personality comes in. Don't just drop your job title, add a flavor of how you operate. So for example, a boring example might be, so right now I'm a project manager at X. Whereas a better variation and something that someone once said to me and has stuck with me ever since is, okay, so right now my boss calls me the fixer. Now, of course, my official title is project manager, but they call me the fixer because I'm the first point of contact for all of our most difficult clients when everything's on fire and the deadline was yesterday. Now, do you see the difference? Same job, but one variation is the same as every single PM, whereas the other sets you apart without telling a joke, oversharing, or going off topic. Now, next you cover your past, and this is where it's easy to start rambling through your entire life story. So yeah, don't do that. You want a curated snapshot of how you got here. 2 or 3 sentences top. And once again, this is a great place for personality because you get to add a little color to your journey. So instead of saying, I worked in admin, then I became a coordinator, and then a project lead, and now I'm a project manager, you say something like, I actually fell into project management by accident. I was the person always fixing things even when it wasn't my job. And over the years, that turned into leading bigger projects, then bigger teams, and eventually I realized that this is my zone. And if you say something like that, now you're someone with drive and direction. And this is where you get the interviewer because you completely switch focus. You stop talking about yourself, now the spotlight turns to them. Now you start talking about why this role makes sense right now. So you label the relevant points from the job description. So I'm talking about the company's goals, the challenges they might be facing, and where they want to be in the future. And you tie your expertise to how you can help them get there. So you don't just say you're looking for the next step in your career. They know that, and frankly, they don't care. They want to know whether you're going to be useful to them, and you can highlight that with a simple line to close your response like, from what I can see, you're looking for someone who can help you with X, Y, and Z. And that's exactly why I'm excited about this role. And that's it. Actually, there's one more thing you can add here if it feels relevant and natural, and that's a tiny touch of your outside interests. So I'm not talking about the fact that you love coffee and walks on the beach, something that reflects discipline, consistency, and resilience, or anything like that. Essentially, any interest that displays your personality traits that actually translate to how you perform at work. Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary talks about this all the time. So for example, in his podcast with Stephen Bartlett, he basically said he actually looks for people with outside interests. His thoughts, and I believe they both agree, were that people who excel at something outside of work, whether it's sports, music, training, or building something, usually carry that same discipline straight into the workplace. And honestly, he's right. If someone says I'm training for a marathon or I coach a junior soccer team at the weekends, you immediately think this person shows up. This person has drive. They must be disciplined. They're reliable. So yeah, if you've got any outside interests that are worth mentioning, do it. Just don't go off on a tangent. Keep it short, keep it intentional. And if you can do all of that in under 90 seconds, you'll be winning. And the best part, if you've labeled things correctly when talking about their goals, their challenges, and how you can help with both, they'll open right up and the rest of the interview will be a breeze. Okay, and if you enjoyed this video, then you should definitely go take a look at this video where I walk you through how you can land any job if you understand the 6 psychological principles that guide hiring decisions. I'll see you there.